What causes abdominal bloating? Do you experience frequent bloating and can't pinpoint what could be causing it? Hi there, I'm Dr. Michael Kaye. I'm the founder of the Center for Functional Health, and today I want to talk about bloating and the common reasons why you may be experiencing frequent and even painful bloating. Bloating is a very common condition that most people experience at some point. When you're bloated, your stomach feels very tight, it feels full, and sometimes even painful. This can often occur after a large meal, and that discomfort is only short-lived. Other times, bloating is related to an underlying health condition and can cause severe symptoms that negatively affect the quality of life. Gases such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrogen enter the gut as you swallow air, and through the fermentation of foods in your large intestine as well, which can cause bloating. A number of factors cause this increased gas in the gut. One is constipation. This is one of the most common causes of bloating. So the longer that the stool sits in the colon, the more time it has to ferment, resulting in more gas. Next, we have food intolerances. Certain foods can cause bloating, especially if we're intolerant, such as like lactose or gluten. Next is the volume of food. Eating too much or eating too quickly can result in uncomfortable gas and bloating. Next, we have foods that are high in fat. Fatty foods are often high in sodium as well, resulting in excess gas and bloating. Next, you have poor gut health. Imbalance of the gut microbiome, aka the ecosystem of the bacteria that lives in your gut, can lead to bloating. A common symptom of bloating could be a larger issue in your intestines, such as leaky gut, SIBO, IBS, IBD, and parasites. This is why it's so important to work with a practitioner to get to the root cause to end your suffering. Then there's also the physical and mental factors that can contribute to bloating. And the big factor is stress. Another one is anxiety, weight gain, and changes during the menstrual cycle. All these can alter the gut health and cause gas and bloating. And in some cases, bloating can be caused by a severe medical condition. You can have infection, bowel obstruction, liver disease, and cancer. If you're experiencing chronic or painful bloating, it's important to identify the underlying causes. All right, so now let's talk about avoiding foods that can cause the bloating. You don't just have to live feeling uncomfortable bloating all the time. To address bloating, I like to start with changing the diet. So limiting foods that trigger bloating is essential. Certain foods contain high amounts of non or poorly digestible compounds that lead to increased gas and bloating. Avoiding these foods could be the key to help to reduce your frequent bloating. Now, here are some foods to swap out and foods you can reduce to lessen the bloating. So beans and lentils, swap these out for meat or quinoa. And if you're going to eat beans, try soaking them or choosing easier to digest varieties such as the pinto bean or the black bean. Next is carbonated drinks. Instead, choose flat water or herbal teas to avoid gas. Next one is wheat. This can be tricky to avoid, but you can incorporate several gluten-free alternatives in your diet, such as pure oats, quinoa, buckwheat, almond flour, and coconut flour. Now we know about broccoli and cruciferous vegetables like cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, and we're told that it's healthy. And while nutritious, these can also trigger bloating for some. Instead, think about consuming more spinach, sweet potato, and water-based vegetables like cucumber. Next is onions and garlic. To avoid excess gas, add flavor to your food with fresh herbs or the green parts of scallions and chives. A big one is dairy. If your bloating is caused by lactose intolerance, and you swap out for lactose-free products such as coconut, almond, or cashew milk. Next is sugar alcohols, xylitol, sorbitol, mannitol, all heavily associated with excess gas. Swap out these sweeteners that are easier to digest, such as stevia or monk fruit or even local honey. Next is you want to avoid salty foods. High sodium intake has also been found to lead to water retention in the gut and bloated sensations. Next, reduce fatty foods. High amounts of fat in the intestine also retain gas, leading to bloating. This is why you may feel bloated and uncomfortable after a fatty meal. These include fried foods, fast foods, chips, chocolate, and pastries. If bloating is more than a rare occurrence for you, getting the proper GI testing is important. A common symptom of bloating could be a larger issue in your intestines, such as leaky gut, SIBO, IBS, IBD, and parasites. Functional stool testing can determine what is really going on and can help to formulate a proper treatment plan. Regular bloating is not normal. Dietary changes, getting the proper assessments, and making lifestyle changes may help stop the bloating for good. Now, let's discuss how lifestyle changes can help. So, lifestyle changes to prevent bloating also include eating foods that support regular bowels and prevent constipation. It's so important to reduce constipation. You can increase fiber, you can add fruits, vegetables, and nuts. The seeds are all high in fiber and will help to keep things moving. One caveat though, there's a certain nuance to adding fiber, as sometimes it may actually worsen constipation. Next, drink adequate fluids. This looks like about 1 to 2 liters, around 30 to 60 ounces of water a day. It should be noted that adding fiber to your diet too quickly may worsen constipation at first, so you need to add it nice and slow, add it gradually. Next, exercise, movement. Whether it's walking, cycling, swimming, or jogging, try spending at least 30 minutes a day moving to maintain healthy bowels. For me, I love jumping rope. Next, eating large volumes of food in a short amount of time is almost a sure way to leave you feeling bloated. Your stomach becomes stretched, leading to a pooling of gases and solids inside the gut. And then eating too quickly also can cause you to swallow too much air, and it can cause this bloating sensation. Furthermore, if the foods contain poorly digested carbs, your body will produce more gas. Instead, focus on eating mindfully and enjoying every mouthful. Paying attention to our hunger cues and fullness cues is the first step in mindful eating. Slow down. Place your fork down in between bites and chew thoroughly. Avoid eating while distracted, such as scrolling on your phone or watching TV, and this will help prevent overeating. On rare occasions, bloating is normal, but if you're experiencing frequent and or painful bloating, it's time to get to the root cause. Proper testing can help to get to the bottom of what is causing your bloating, and I can help formulate a diet, lifestyle, and a supplemental plan to tackle it. Just schedule for a discovery call and let's see how we can help you feel your best self. All right, stay healthy and strong, and I'll see you soon.